Hey, what's going on, folks? So I wanted to kind of clarify some of the concepts on indexes that we covered this week. Um, and there were some pretty detailed and certainly well thought out discussions that took place this week or last week rather. I haven't had the opportunity to finish going through what took place this weekend. But I wanted to kind of clear up a few things because there were a few people that certainly gave it a lot of thought and gave the effort to create additional indexes, and that's cool. That's all fine. But let's take a look at what's really going on with with this table that the problem talks about. So the problem is that there is a student table in a school database, and we already know that there is an index on the student ID, which is the primary key, and then a few additional indexes. So let's take a look at the original table, and now again this is all hypothetical. So we have a primary key, and you'll notice that the primary key is not ordered, and the names are not ordered. So if we were looking for somebody with the last name of Foster, then we would literally have to search in a sequential order all the way down the existing table and until we found Foster, and of course this is not ordered, and we'd have to search the entire table. Now, of course, we only have a few records in this table, but now let's consider a real college database that has records for all the active students as well as all the alumni and so on and so forth. So those searches can be rather extensive and rather lengthy. So if we have an index, for instance, the an index on the student ID, which is the primary key, you'll notice that this is ordered in a certain fashion, ordered sequentially. So effectively, what this does, and not all indexes work this way, but this basically what happens is that each index points to a row address or where it is stored in either the onboard memory or physical memory or secondary memory. So it's going to point directly to that row, and it's going to get whatever information is pointing to out of that row address. So rather than having to seek in a sequential fashion all the way through the table, it points directly to that row. So we have that index on the primary key or the student ID. Now the problem also indicates that there are additional keys on major age, marital status, and home zip code. So I've created a couple of other, or one other index. Now that this should have one more row here to indicate what the attribute names are. But effectively, we're going to have different indexes for each of these items indicated in the problem. Therefore, when we do a query on all of those things, now we can still use the select statement, and we could select each of those attributes from the student table, and have our conditions where marital status equals married and major equals computer science and age is greater than 25. But when that query is executed, rather than going directly to the table and seeking all that information directly from the table, it uses all of those indexes that were created prior to that query. Or actually, those indexes are created during the development phases of our database design. So I really need you to understand that. And again, I appreciate all the hard work and the effort that was done last week in creating the code and so on and so forth. That's awesome work. But I need you to understand that when the existing indexes are there, those queries, those optimizers are going to use those indexes and cut that search time greatly. So please take a look at that, and if you have any questions about that, let me know.